Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about lesson 101 in the Saxon algebra, pre-algebra. It's algebra 1/2 book. I don't know, third edition. That's what I was trying to think of. Today we're going to be talking about exponents. So let's get right into it. Guys, if the base is the same of your exponent, this is great. Here, this is shown as 2 5s, 5 times 5. This guy right here is shown as 3 5s, 2, 3. This is shown as 4 5s. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Total now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be x, or whoops, not x. That would be 5 to the 9th power. Now, you don't have to write these out every time. If you take a look here, 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 more, that's 9. So all you have to do is add your exponents. Let's apply that rule to this guy right here. 10, and then we do 15 plus 17. That's going to give us 15 and 15, so 32, right? 32. I always make mistakes on this. 32, phew, okay. What that means when we have it to 10 is that's 32 zeros that are going to come after it. So keep that in mind, that's a lot. Let's take a look at this guy right here. These guys, their bases are different. We have 3 2s and 2 5s. You know what? That means we can't combine them. So to write it as, to simplify this exponential in exponential form, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't be able to. You would just leave it the way it is. So what does this mean? This means we have your first rule of exponents that you're going to be exposed to. You'll get to more of these once you get into algebra. The first rule is xn times x to the m power equals xn plus m. I put those alphabetically. I just realized I messed that up. Should be m in the front, whatever. It just means that if you're multiplying two things and the bases are the same, you can totally add those exponents together. So let's talk about when we have variables down here instead of numbers. You got to be real careful because if it does not have an exponent, remember it's a 1, and I highly advise just throw a 1 in there so you don't lose track of it. So what we want to do is gather up all our x's. We have 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7. Now we're going to gather up all our y's. 17 plus 6, that gives us 23. 23, excellent. So I'm double checking, making sure I don't make a simple error on arithmetic. So that's example number 4. Let's take a look at 5. Now remember what I said, if it doesn't have an exponent, make sure it's a 1. That includes something like this. Now we know when we see two variables next to each other like x, y, we're multiplying those two variables. Of course, we can't do that with numbers because 32, if I wanted to say 3 times 2, this looks an awful lot like 32, so that's not going to work. So we usually use a dot or parentheses or even an old school x, right? However, let's look at all these. Since we are multiplying all of these things together, they all have their own independent exponent. This guy right here has a 1. It's not grouped in with this guy with the 2. This is not grouped in with the 5. It also has a 1. And this is a 5, 4, and 6. So let's see about putting these, and I like to put mine in alphabetical order. So we're going to start with our A's, and that gives us 1, 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7. Then we're going to do our M's. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 6 more, that gives us 12. And that is our simplified version there. All right, on the back, or right here, actually on page 315, there are some practice problems. Go ahead, pause the video, do these, and then come on back and make sure you got it. All right, guys, remember, if the exponent's not shown, throw a 1 in there. So if we do that, we get 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 3 to the 8th power. Over here, if an exponent's not shown, go ahead and throw a 1 in there. 1. So our x's, we have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And then we have our y's, and again, I like to put them in alphabetical order, to 4. Okay, now down here, same idea. Put a 1 here, a 1 for the B, and another 1 for the B. Let's start with our A's. We have 1, 3 is 4, plus 4 more is 8. And then for our B's, we have 2, 3, and 4. All right, now for our Y's, let's put in our 1's here, and we get x to the 2nd power, and then y is going to be 1, that's 4, plus that is 8, plus that is 9, so we get x squared y to the 9th. Excellent work, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, great work, and we'll see you next time.